I mean, I've forgotten about them for a reason, that's all I'm saying. So today, guys, we're going to do a full face of makeup that I completely forgot I owned. I know, it's embarrassing. But essentially what I did was I had to like reorganize all of my makeup because I have bought so much that I had to reorganize it. I know. This is a judgment free zone, okay, guys? And as I was going through it, I was like, oh yeah, I do own that. Wait, what happened to you? They just kind of went into this like black hole somewhere and I completely forgot I owned them. So what I wanted to do was like bring them all back out and have a play and see how I feel about them. So that's what we're gonna do today. Now, if that sounds interesting to you, let's go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It truly helps my channel out so much, and thank you if you do. And now let's get started. Okie dokie, so we're gonna do a full face. Some of the things I don't have, like mascara, I only own like 2 mascaras at one time because they go off so quickly and stuff like that. So I'll tell you those things when we get to it, but most of this is stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I have you. So we're gonna start with primer. Now you might have seen a video of me, a couple of videos recently of me actually using this primer again, and it's because I did find it and I was like, girl, you need to use this. And this is the Stila One Step Correct primer. I remember I bought this primer because it was on my wish list for so long. Like, I actually have this in a video talking about it, and then I purchased it, and I'm pretty sure that I even have talked about this for a while. And I stopped using it pretty much all this year, I think, because I'm pretty sure this breaks me out. And so I kind of only really use it on like spare occasions. And then I purchased the Milk Makeup grip primer, and you guys know that is like, that's just like my holy grail. It's so hard for me not to use that primer. Now for foundation, I actually talked about this product in my makeup regrets video because like I said, I cleaned all of this out and kind of put this makeup aside that I legit forgot I owned. So you have seen me talk about it in a last couple of videos, but it's because of this, okay? I swear. But I haven't used this in freaking forever. Like, I talked about this. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation, the luminous one. I talked about it in my makeup regrets, and then, but I don't think, I couldn't even tell you the last time I used this. Maybe the video where I did last year doing my makeup in daylight. This is super dark for me. It's 210N, so I've put like my Fenty Beauty body sauce all over my body. Oh God, that's gross. Ugh. You know how when you haven't used a foundation in so long and it comes out like really gross and disgusting? That's just what happened. Okay, I'm gonna shake this really hard. I don't want to use this. I really don't think I like this foundation, but let's see how I like it now. It's been so long since I've used it, so maybe I enjoy it now. Look how yellow it is. That's not a neutral undertone. Thank God for Fenty Beauty body sauce, honestly. So I was thinking that maybe I would end up liking this foundation now because it has been so long since I tried it, and apart from the shade, I might actually end up liking the finish, but update, I don't. I just don't. It's just not smoothing in this area at all. Like when I use my Bare Minerals, or when I mix even like my Huda Beauty Rare Beauty foundation baby, like my skin just looks so smooth and poreless, or like my MAC Studio like cream to powder foundation, it just looks so poreless, and it just doesn't, it just looks a little bit old and haggard right now, to be honest with you. And that's what I don't like about this foundation. That and the shade, to be honest, but we'll get it, we'll move on, okay? We'll move on. For concealer, I have 2. One is a new one, but honestly, I swear I forgot that I owned this. So, well, actually 2 of these, both of these are kind of new. This one is the Marc Jacobs Extra Shot Concealer. I did my review of this concealer, and I think I've used it like I used it a lot around that review month, but then after that I don't even think I've used it. And then this one is the Rare Beauty concealer. I've used this like 3 or 4 times in the week that I picked up this order, and then I've completely forgotten it. No joke, I've completely forgotten about it because I don't really like it. And then even I just filmed yesterday like updated like Rare Beauty thoughts, and I forgot to even include this. That's how much I've forgotten about this. So let's go ahead and use these. I actually like this Marc Jacobs concealer, but I'm pretty sure it breaks me out because it has coconut in it. So that's why I don't really use it. And then look how light this Rare Beauty one is. Like, let's see how we go. I mean, the actual finish of those 2 concealers together looks lovely. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they look beautiful. The complexion so far isn't looking bad. It's just not looking as good as it can. You know what I'm saying? And we're not here for that around here. Anyway, I'm not trying to roast these products, but I mean, I've forgotten about them for a reason. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna go and do my cream contour. I don't really have a cream contour product that I've forgotten about because I don't own as many of those products. So I'm just gonna use my Mecca Max stick, and we're going to contour, and then I'm gonna be back and we'll carry on. Okay. So a cream blush that I continuously forget that I own, like continuously, and this is a new product to my collection, but I used it once and I was a bit like, and I've used it again. I think I've used it maybe one other time in a video, but I just honestly forget about this consistently. And it is the Melt Cosmetics Cali Dream Blushlight. So it's a beautiful blush. Like, look at that gorgeous, like, bright peach color. It's stunning. But the reason why I always forget about it is because this is like a balmy blush. So I have to put it on underneath my powder. If I put it on top of powder, it's a bad time. But it's such a pigmented blush that you can put it on underneath your powder. See? And it looks lovely and it really peeks through the powder. So I don't know why I always forget about it, because even though I have to put it on underneath, it looks still really, really lovely, but it's just, I just always forget about it. And it's so pigmented, you just need like a really, really light dusting with this color, honestly. We are gonna move on to powder now, and a powder that I forgot that I owned is the Rimmel transparent, like, stay matte, the thing's worn off because I've had it for so long, like, powder. I completely forgot I owned this. This is like Ali Glines' one of her favorite powders, and that's why I picked it up. I just forget all of the time that I own this powder, to be completely honest with you. So let's go ahead and take it and see how we actually like it. I'm just gonna put this all over my face because it is like transparent, so it should be fine even underneath the eyes. Oh wow, it's actually looking really nice. I don't know why I forgot that I owned this, but I did. I think it's just like, I wasn't using this powder originally when I purchased it with the powder puff, and like, since I've used the powder puff, honestly, everything just looks so much better, especially powders. That actually looks really nice. Like, really nice. Can you guys see? I'm like pretty poreless now. In fact, that's like turned the foundation around for me, like massively turned the foundation around for me. Well, what a good time. I don't know why. I'm definitely gonna move this up in my collection because this looks absolutely lovely. We're gonna move on to bronzer now. Now I have a few different face palettes in my collection that I kind of accumulated quite a while ago, like I'm talking a year or more, because I don't know if you guys remember, but I kind of got into makeup around 2015, 2016, and like I think it was 16, 17, maybe 18, face palettes really were a thing. Like, they were really a thing, and I kind of have them all, but then they're in a different section of my collection and I just completely forgot about them. But who remembers this? The Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. My lordy. I actually really like this. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but I have used this quite a bit, but I forgot about this. And I was like, oh my God, I was looking at a bronzer and I was like, yes, I need to bring this back out. This is a good product. I have been using this really random brush for my bronzer lately. This is actually no, what I'm gonna use is my Delium Tools 990 angled slanted brush, because this is more of like, it's got that contoury shade. That's what we're gonna do. And I just literally run my brush. I just like mix all the shades together because why not? And we're just going to bronze up the face. I feel like so many people, like if you were into makeup back then, you 100% probably own this and probably the cream one. I never got the cream one because the undertones didn't seem like they would suit my skin tone. I think I forget how pigmented this contour kit is. I think this is a really good palette. One, if you are someone that like travels a lot and just wants, like, especially if you use these powders. Obviously, I used to use this one quite a lot. I don't really like this half of it. I really like this half of it. But I think this is really good if you travel a lot and you can use the whole thing. Is it my favorite product? Like, no. And would I repurchase it? No. But I do think it is not a bad product. It's just, I like other things in my collection a lot more, that's all. I'm just gonna soften this a little bit because I went a little bit ham, but are we surprised? I think that's better. I've really learned when I'm filming, I need to like turn my face side on, because frontward things looks good and then you turn side on, you're like, oh wow, okay, that's embarrassing. Now highlighter, this palette, BH Cosmetics Spotlight Highlight Palette. This is such a good highlighting palette. BH Cosmetics was some of the, like, actually was the first makeup brand when I started getting into makeup that I did like my first little haul of, because it was so affordable. And I got this, and this is a really, like, these highlighters are blinding. They are texturizing though, but they're blinding. So I'm gonna actually just take this shade right here, which is Glow. And you only need like a really small, see? You only need a really small amount. But my God, if you want like a blingy highlight, this is the palette for you, and it is so affordable. For blush, I am going to use, I purposely forgot I owned this. This is the Colourpop Pressed Powder Cheek Blush in Crossroads. This is from their Wild Nothing collection. This is like the first makeup kind of collection I picked up last year when I started filming for my YouTube channel again, and Colourpop released the Wild Nothing collection. I purchased this, did not know it was a shimmer blush, and I was like, I remember in the review I was like, oh no. But this is like, I think now that I've dug a little bit deeper in here, I feel like the glitter was like almost an overspray, but let's try it, because why not? But I did forget because I did not like this blush at all. Okay, yeah, see, this is quite interesting because I think that the glitter in this blush was really just an overspray, and then once you get through it, it's actually not shimmery at all. But I hated it, I remember that. I don't really have a setting spray that I forget because I don't have too many. I only have like, well, I have too many for the normal person, but not too many for me anyway. I'm gonna use my Scandinavia one. I very much like this. This is a good product. And I'm just going to tap over my face. Alrighty, I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do my brows and I'm gonna create one eye look with the palettes that I'm gonna use today. And I'll be back. Brows are done and we've created an eye look. I'm kind of really liking it. It's like very fall inspired. It is not fall where I live. We are going into spring and summer. Thank God, I'm so excited for summer, but for all my other friends in the world out there that are going into fall, here you go. Here is a very fall inspired look. Today I am using my Lethal Cosmetics palettes. I'm pretty sure I've never featured them on my channel at all. I picked these up at Black Friday last year because actually I love Lethal Cosmetics as a company. They stand for some really, really brilliant things. And I love their palette designer on their website. Like you can go on their website and create your own like eyeshadow palettes with their single shadows. And they have such a range of single shadows that it's so much freaking fun. Anyway, I picked up two palettes that I like curated or created or whatever you want to call it last year. And I had a lot of trouble using these shadows. Like I tried probably 2 or 3 times and I really struggled to use them. And I literally stopped using them because I was like, I can't get these to work. It's no fun. I'm moving on. Maybe they just don't work for me because they are more of like a pressed pigment kind of formula, especially the mattes. So they are a little bit more challenging to work with, I personally find. I don't know if that's the case for everyone, but that's how I find it. And so I literally just put them in my collection and I honest to God forgot about them until I was moving my collection around and I was like, oh. So I have 2 that I created. The first one is this one. I have no idea what the shade names are, you guys, because I think they're on the bottom of these like pans and yeah, it's just too much. But anyway, this is the first one that I created. And then this is the second one that I created. So I did like, I don't know, I'm pretty happy with the way that I created them, if I'm honest. I did like a pinky ready vibe and then like a green one. This one's my favorite just because I am a sucker for the greens and the blues in here, but then like I do love this one as well. So I actually used both of these palettes today, so we're going to dip into them, play with them, all of that jazz, and I'm going to give you guys like my updated thoughts and all that kind of stuff on these palettes. So let's go, shall we? Now I have primed using my Nars primer. We're dipping into this like tan shade first with my fluffy Delium Tools blending brush, and I'm just going to kind of run this through the crease. This really won't show much color at all, but I'm just gonna run it through. So using the exact same brush, I'm going into this like pukey brownie kind of color right here. I love this color. Honestly, if I can play around with these a little bit more and figure out a way that I really like to use them, I probably would pick up more because they just have the best color selection of all time. They really do. I don't know. Everyone always raves about these shadows. Like Teresa is Dead like just loves them. She had that collab with them just recently and stuff, and I just don't know if I have the same experience and I don't know why. Let me know if you've used these, by the way, and what your thoughts are. Now I'm dipping into my other little palette. I'll figure out the shade names, you guys, by the way, and I'll put it in the description box. I'm going into this like mustardy, or like is this not the most perfect, these two right here, are they not the most perfect fall colors you have ever seen? They are, right? They just are. So this is a Refa 15, and I'm just going to run this through the crease as well, building up those fall vibes. This is just a really small blending brush, and I'm going into the forest green color right here from this palette. And I'm just picking this up, and this is where I struggle because I find this green to be really quite patchy. So I'm just gonna tap this into the outer corner. And I find with the darker shadows for Lethal, you've just got to kind of tap and barely blend. And this is why, I mean, they are pressed pigments, so this is probably exactly what you're supposed to do, because I'm pretty sure that's how you're supposed to work with a pressed pigment. I just find it frustrating, and because I have other formulas that aren't like this, it just makes it a bit harder for me. I'm just not sure if you were like a beginner to eyeshadow, if you would really like these. Some shades you would, but I think the darker ones you wouldn't. I'm picking up my Sephora Precision Shadow Brush, and I'm going into this like pumpkin color right here. And again, I'm going to tap this into the center of the lid. There's also a lot of fallout when you use these shadows, you guys, so you just want to make sure that you're tapping the excess off. I freaking love these shades though. Are they not gorgeous? They're stunning. They're such pretty shades. So then we're going back into this beautiful like mustardy pumpkin shade. I feel like this is like butternut pumpkin and this is like normal pumpkin. I don't know. And this is just like a almost like a pencil brush, but a bit bigger, and I'm popping that into the inner corner here. I'm also just taking this on the exact same brush, and I'm running this underneath the lower lash line here. And then I'm just taking the dark green color that we used on a shader brush, and I'm running that into the outer corner. Now I'm picking up just a taper blending brush, and I'm going to go into this like little shimmery shade just here. You could literally just use the highlight or whatever. And I'm just gonna pop that in the inner corner. I'm gonna pop Greyish Core Crayon from Linda Hallberg on my lower waterline, nothing on my top, and my Bite Mascara, and I'll be right back. So I just quickly went and did my hair and put my jewelry on and all that kind of stuff. Let's move on to lips. I'm taking my trusty BFF lip liner. I really need to get some new lip liners, you guys. I know I use the same ones in every video. I only have pretty much Colourpop ones. I went to go buy some in the Pat McGrath sale, and they were all sold out. So anyway, here we are. Then I'm gonna put a little touch of Huda Empress on, and mine all completely snapped up, so I just have like the smallest amount left, which is sad. I need to buy a new one. And then I'm gonna put my Fenty Beauty Cream Gloss Bomb in the color Honey Waffles on, because this is like the most perfect like fall color. See? Oh, I like that. I like that with the eyes. Okay, and we have the finished makeup look. What do we think? I love the eyes, I'm not gonna lie. I love the eyes. Now, full face of makeup that I forgot about. What are your thoughts? Would you forget about this makeup too? Some of it I was like, actually I really like you and I need to use you a little bit more. Some of it I'm like, I'm leaving, like the Anastasia foundation. It's just not for me. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm always interested in hearing you guys' opinion, and let me know if you enjoyed this type of video. And that is it. If you are watching till this point, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I truly appreciate it. If you are watching till this point, by the way, thank you so much. You are an absolute queen. And I hope that you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye. I don't know why I'm shaking these. Oh, this looks really light. Can't stress it enough. Okay, it's weird today.